Ariel Helwani post-fight at UFC 133 alongside Brian Ebersole, who defeated Dennis Hallman tonight. And Brian, congratulations on your second UFC win. You get the finish this time. How are you feeling after it?
Can't complain. A little bit sore in the elbow, sore in the back. Half embarrassed that I got my back taken that early, but I practiced in there a lot, and I've actually in practice beat people up from boxing from that position. So I just try to stay patient. And obviously with the whole 2 wins in the UFC and it taking me this long to get here, I'm happy that I've stuck and that they can't get rid of me.
And you were telling me about a conversation you had with Dennis after the fight, that he was actually injured going into this one?
He did. He came back with a very, very swollen elbow, and he said he blew it out on Thursday. So obviously he wasn't able to use his arm that well. But, he gave me an opening. I took it. He kept the fight. So, yeah, I mean.
He said this to you?
Yeah, he just came back in my locker.
I feel as though he was trying to take something away from you there, something away from your victory.
The story is the story. After the Lido fight, I heard about his knee surgery and things like that. It never came out of Chris's mouth, but it was confirmed. And it is what it is. He chose to fight tonight and try to get his win bonus. And I had an opening, and I took it, and, I hurt a guy. So.
And did you know that when you initially heard him that it was sort of, the light at the end of the tunnel for you, at least, so to speak?
Absolutely. When I first got on top, I was actually very, very respectful and cautious of his game. And then as I started landing a couple punches, and he never really closed his guard that tight or swept me, threatened to sweep me, my confidence just grew, and I decided to stay there. My game plan was actually to let him up as I got on top, make him chase my legs for double legs on the way out just to get him tired, but really to let him up in transition and try to hit him. So, I changed my game plan because of what I felt, and I got to finish.
No cartwheel kick.
Didn't have time.
Yeah. Good answer.
He's the kind of guy that would take me down and lay on top of me if I would have done it off the bat. Where Chris Lytle, a lot of pride, big boxing background, I was able to do it first thing, and it was kind of a free attempt. He wasn't going to jump on top of me.
Now, you came out with the harrow, which I got to admit, I thought that maybe you'd do something else with the chest hair. Why did you go with the traditional harrow?
You know what? I did a fan contest with MiddleEasy.com. I had 20 entries that came in. 6 of them were from the same female contestant. A couple of them I couldn't tell even what they were. So I didn't give any parameters for the contest. I didn't give any guidelines. I just let them, open, create, do your thing. But it needed to be something that, as the fans from far away, and on TV could tell what it was, and it made a bit of an impression. And nothing really stuck out. The only one that even came close is a guy that sent like a dollar sign. I'm still going to have a winner to that contest. I'll still send out some prizes and stuff. But when it came down to it, if it was nothing that was going to make an impact, I had to stick with the tried and true, the harrow.
And it seemed as though, at least to me, that he tried to one-up you with the sort of Speedo-like trunks. What do you think of that?
I think Shoney Carter has a claim to file with somebody. Copyright infringement, something. I don't know the legalities of the whole thing, but yeah, Shoney should definitely complain.
Were you surprised?
Absolutely. I didn't think he was going to come out and try to beat me at my game, and he did. So, bless him.
Was it weird at all for you to compete against someone wearing those?
A little bit, but I've wrestled my whole life, and it is what it is. So, it didn't throw me off too much. Just him having my back with that big cup that early kind of scared me, because I knew he'd have a lot of vigor and a lot of energy. Right. So I didn't really want a young, vital guy back there. But then I recalled a previous issue that I told you I wouldn't discuss with you, and I settled down and let him hang out back there a bit.
I have no idea what you're talking about now.
I don't either.
Yeah, you lost me.
Yeah.
So 2-0, who do you want next?
Well, after UFC 127, I kind of asked for Dennis Hallman or Matt Serra, because they're veterans, big records. Kind of like Chris Lytle, they bring out that samurai spirit in me, and I know it'd be a good battle of, not just athleticism, but, kind of like a chess match. And I saw Matt Serra here tonight. He's looking a bit out of shape. I don't know if he's retired, what his story is, but if he's still competing, I guess he's kind of the one guy. Before he retires, I'd like to compete against him. There's a couple older guys. I know Henzo just got a contract. I don't know if the UFC would give me Henzo. But right now I know I'm not in line for a title shot, and I'm not looking at the top guys, so I'd like to fight guys that really interest me, and those are the veterans. Those are the guys that have stories that I've watched as a fan of this sport. I don't want to fight the Rory McDonald who's 21 years old with 2 or 3 fights. I don't know anything about the kid. That doesn't excite me. Right. You know what I mean? If it comes time for, the number 1, number 2, number 3 contender type things, well, I'm sure he's going to be right up there, and guys like that at 23, 24 years old are going to be in those spots, and that's fine. But on this first contract, I'm hoping to finish it out, kind of proving I'm one of the best of the veterans here in the UFC.
Yeah, and for the record, Matt told us in June that he wasn't retired, so maybe you can get that fight.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and maybe before that, you get on Fear Factor. Nice pitch there to Rogan at the end.
You know what? I saw it on Twitter, and I jumped straight on, and I filled out my application. The only part I haven't
You filled it out?
Oh, I've fully filled it out, and I put my partner in. It says if you have a partner that you want to put in with. So I got a lady friend, very special lady friend. Hi, Alicia. How are you?
Shaved your chest hair.
Yes. Yeah. Don't do that again this time. Thanks. So we've kind of co-applied, and I just haven't done the video part. But I figured there's enough video out there of me that they should know who I am. So I'm wondering if I really have to do that, or if I can just go straight to Mr. Rogan and get on.
Well, you did it. You did it tonight, so I think that works for the completion of your application. Congratulations on your second one, and very impressive stuff. And can't wait for the next one.
Thank you very much.